During the first 20 minutes, the two pilots exchanged the conversation in a normal way. We can explain it, describe it as amicable and courteous conversation, nothing abnormal. And then we hear the pilot preparing the landing briefing to Düsseldorf. And the co-pilot's behavior sounded laconical. We could hear the pilot asking the co-pilot to take control. And at the same time, we could hear the noise of a chair that's been moved and the noise of a door that has been closed and shut. And we can, I think he left the cockpit so that he can go for natural call. At that moment, the co-pilot was on his own in the cockpit, while alone the co-pilot manipulated the flight monitoring system keys so that to accelerate the descent of the plane. He was by himself in charge of the Airbus 320, and he used the keys of the monitoring system to operate the descent of the plane. The action of the altitude selection can only be voluntary. It's done in a voluntary way. We could hear a number of appeals and calls from the pilot to access the cockpit. We're talking here about a speaker. He identified himself and he was using a speaker asking access to the cockpit, but there was no response from the co-pilot. He knocked on the door and demanded that the door should be open, and there was no response from the co-pilot. At that time, we heard a breathing noise inside the cabin, and we carried on hearing that kind of breathing until the final crash and impact, which means that the co-pilot was still alive until the time of the impact.